So good. I love garden snacking on peas. I've bought some coriander seeds from Amazon, and I think I'm just gonna go just a row over here where I've got free space now and sow some corianders. Nicely all along. I'll be generous with it and we'll see how it goes, friends. Just cover it and pat it down like that. It's already watered it really well, but next couple of days I'm gonna water this real well, so make sure they germinate. Oh, sweetie. Hello. Night night. You're night night. I am going to check on these eggs if they are fertile, and I would like to show you. So what I have got in here is special lamp, and I'm just gonna turn the light off and let's see if we can see any fertile eggs with goslings in it. Right, can you see this one isn't fertile? Because we are now day 24. If this would have been fertile, we should have seen a lot darker egg filling up nicely. So unfortunately this one is a throwaway. Same this one. No good. Right, that's what actually we would like to see. Can you see it's actually dark because it's filling up with little baby goslings in it. So that area, what you can see, that's the only area now what is not filled up yet, but this has got gosling in it. Baby geese. And unfortunately this one, it's not fertile neither. So one. We're gonna have one baby goose. So I'm gonna go back and I'm going to put this back to the incubator. This is the last bowl of the peas I need to shell, and then we can start on today's project, friends. Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. Today we are canning English peas. Behind me I've got my pressure canner. Because the pea is being low acid food, vegetable, we need to use pressure canner to be safe. So this is all the peas we have got. So what I'm gonna do now, I would like to weigh the peas first, friends, and then we go from there. You can hear the dishwasher. I've loaded the pint jars. I think I've got about 8 pint jars in that dishwasher. So we are aiming between 6 to 8 pint jar full of lovely homegrown organic English peas. I'm going to weigh this, then we're going to wash it. I'm also going to use salt, half a teaspoon per pint, and hot boiling water. Raw pack method, what we're going to use. So basically I'm gonna use cold or room temperature peas in warm hot jars, and we're going to pour hot water over it, and we're going to pressure can it in 40 minutes, I think. Let's just check again. Pack vegetables into jars to within a generous 1 inch of top of the jar. So we're gonna leave the inch headspace. We're gonna add salt. We're using pints, so half a teaspoon of salt. Ladle boiling water or cooking liquid into jar. We're gonna use boiling water because we're using the raw pack method. And we're gonna use, I couldn't find my debubbler, so we're gonna use this to remove the air bubbles and screw band. We're gonna use the 2-part lid. So this one I've been reusing. It is, I think it's a standard, hope it's a standard pint, standard mouth jar. So I've got the standard mouth, regular mouth jar lids, brand new. Place jars in pressure canner. I talk about it, how that works in a minute. Adjust water level, lock in, blah blah. Yeah, this one is 40 minutes. Yes, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, that's it. I know everything I need to know now. Okay, so because I haven't used my pressure canner for a while, what I'm gonna just wipe it out, fill it up with water, probably somewhere this much, this far, quite a few inches. And then I'm gonna use like an olive oil and kitchen towel. I'm just gonna go around here and the lid, and make sure the vents is not blocked. You can see through it, you okay. But you know, I always say read the manual before you do it. So the pressure canner comes with a manual, you need to use it, follow the steps, and you can't go wrong. There's another thing, a pressure gauge, what we're using. So it all depends on your altitude, where you live, you know. I live below the 1,000 feet of sea level, so I am going to pressure can my produce on 10 pounds at pressure. But when we get to that stage, I'll explain the lot. Let's turn the on, and it's on grams, it's alright. So let's see how much peas we've got. I'm going to wash this in a minute thoroughly. 2,322 grams of peas we've got. So we've got about 2.3 kilograms. It's just under 2.5 kilograms. But we are working with what we've got now. I'm going to take a picture of this because I would like to make note. Perfect. So what else we're going to use to make this today? So we got the pint jars, obviously got the peas. I need to fill up the kettle with hot water just in a minute. We've got a jar lifter. We need a jar lifter to be on the safe side. We've got the 2-part lid, debubbler. We've got the funnel, which is so much easier to put the pea in the jars. We're gonna use, I think that's it, friends. Oh no, salt and salt. Half a teaspoon salt per pint jar, and our lovely peas. Right, I am ready to make our first preservation of 2025 using my pressure canner. So I'm just going over to the sink now, and I'm going to thoroughly wash the pea. And by the time we're done, probably my jar's gonna be ready, nice and hot, out of the dishwasher. We're going to fill that with peas, leave an inch headspace, 2.5 centimeter from the top. We're gonna add half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and we're gonna pour over the hot boiling water. Still keep that inch headspace. Before we do the water, pour in the water, we are getting the pressure canner ready. So I'm gonna give it a good wipe, oil it around it, check it through, make sure it's good. I've also got this in a bottom, so we don't want to put jars right in the bottom of the pressure canner. And fill this up with water, put the lid on a little bit until it comes to that right temperature. Again, you need to check in your manual. I'm just going to thoroughly wash everything. It's very important hygiene when you can. Make sure everything is nice and clean. Okay. My canner is ready. I've got nice and warm jars. Everything is clean, clean hands. I'm gonna use the funnel to fill the hot jars with this cold peas or raw room temperature peas. Let's see if we can fill all 8. I think we can fill all 8 and more. I try to leave the inch head space. The kettle is now on. It's not boiling yet, so we're gonna have to wait until the kettle boils. Oops, I've just a little bit overdone this one. I'm just going to add a bit first. But we've got our jars is nice and warm, just in case. Right, and now we can fill it up to that 1 inch head space. All of the air bubbles, and I can tell this one needs just slightly bit topping up with some more water. That's okay. The air bubbles coming up nicely, so I'm just going out around the jars. About 3-4 times. Fill it up back with water. The water won't be lost. Wipe the rims and we're good to go. Put the lids on, and using the jar lifter, we very carefully we're going to lift one by one each jar to the canner. I sometimes use vinegar, but because it's only water, we just don't want any particle pieces. We're just gonna go around the rim just like that. I can compose this. My finger in the water, just run it through the jars. I like to do that just in case it's no cracks. I run it in on the rim and perfect. Brand new lids, I just washed them. Place it on the top of each jar, and then we get our rings, and we're just going to screw this on fingertip tight, and we're good to go, friends. With using a jar lifter, put the jars one by one on top of that rack what I've just showed you earlier, so it's not sitting on a bottom of this pressure canner. Because I've got the large pressure canner, I forgot to mention that. We can easily fit the 8-pint size jars. You can actually double stack them if you want. but I've never been brave enough to do that. So I'm just going with single layer each time, friends. So now we're ready to put the lid on, and because first time I'm pressure canning on this cooker in this house, I'm probably gonna have to play a little bit with the temperature first, but we'll get there, friends. So put this on, find the arrow, there's an arrow on the lid, and there is a little slit in here, so what we're aiming to slide the canner just right there, friends, just like that. And now we're going to secure the lid. First. And make sure it's all done. And we're just gonna keep our eye on this vent. I would love to see a full blow steam for 10 minutes before I'm going to put this on it. I have got constant flow of steam now for 10 minutes. So now I am ready to put on a 10-pound pressure gauge. And now I really need to watch the temperature of this cooker. So as soon we reach to the 10 pounds of the pressure, we need to maintain there for 40 minutes. So as soon we get in very close, it's 9 pounds, the pressure now, very close to the 10, our little jiggler start making noise and start jiggling. So what we are aiming for, we don't want that jiggle to go on like crazy for the whole time, but just again follow the manual, just to maintain the quite a few jiggle per minute. So we've just reached the 10 pound pressure. I'm going to reduce the heat now. And because I'm learning on this cooker, in my old one I knew exactly where to put it to be right, I'm gonna have to learn in this new cooker for this one. So we don't want to go too much over, but what we don't want, we definitely don't want to go under the 10 pound pressure, because then we're gonna have to do it all over again. So I put down on 4 the one side and 3 on the other side. So 6:45. Still go down a bit. We are bang on 10 pound pressure, and if you can listen to that jiggle, that will now go on and off, and that's what we would like. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a picture. I've got 2 burner, the down 2 burner on, and the one, it's on 3. and the left one is on 3, so both is on 3. So I need to remember this, that's how it works for me. We've got 5 minutes left and we still maintain the 10 pounds of pressure, couple of times jiggle in a minute, what I'm really happy with. So it's nearly done. Our time is up, so I've turned the cooker off completely because this pot is very hot and very heavy. I leave it where it is. This will completely cool down in a couple of hours. This is gonna go down to 0 and only then I'm going to then take the lid off. But the jars I'm gonna wait probably till just before I go to bed, before I take them out. So I'm very happy so far. I cannot wait to see what's inside that can. In a couple of hours later, I'm ready, come back down to 0. So we can take the jiggle off, wait 10 minutes, and we can take the lid off. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today, making this beautiful 8 pints of jars full of this lovely homegrown English peas. I am just gonna leave it as it is now until tomorrow. It is 8 o'clock now at night. We're gonna take the rings off, wipe them nice and clean, and this is ready to go to the pantry shelf. The next couple of vlogs is gonna be about, I am planning to do some more garden tour and harvest and cook videos, but for now, bye friends!